Today we're going to make a crochet sunflower. Hi, I'm Rosanna from Moara Crochet, and in today's tutorial I'm going to be sharing with you how to make your own crochet sunflower. As per usual, there is a full written photo tutorial and you can access that from down below, and from there you can also access my other free crochet patterns, and there are many more flower crochet patterns. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button because every month I do release a new crochet pattern. So let's get started. For this tutorial you will need brown, green and yellow yarn with a matching crochet hook, a tapestry needle and some scissors and a small amount of stuffing. With your brown yarn, make a magic circle and chain 1. Into the magic circle add 6 single crochet. Slip stitch into your first stitch and chain 1. For row 2, add a single crochet increase in each stitch, then slip stitch into your first stitch and chain 1. The pattern for row 3 will be single crochet increase in the first stitch, single crochet in the next. Repeat this pattern 5 more times. Slip stitch into your first stitch and chain 1. For row 4, you'll add a single crochet into each stitch. Slip stitch into your first stitch, fasten off and weave in your ends. To attach the petals, insert your hook into the front loop only of the previous row and attach the yellow yarn. Now chain 8. To make our first petal, we'll single crochet in the second chain from the hook, a half double crochet in the next, followed by 5 double crochets. Skip the next stitch and slip stitch into the front loop of the following stitch as shown. Now your first petal is complete. Chain 8 and start the pattern once more. Once you've finished, you will have 9 petals. For row 2, you're going to slip stitch into the back loop of the next stitch. Then chain 8. Single crochet in the second from the hook, a half double crochet in the next, five double crochet, and then skip a stitch as before and slip stitch into the back loop of the next stitch, and repeat this process until you have 9 petals in total. Then fasten off and weave in your ends. To make the flower back, start with a magic circle. For row 1, we're going to chain 1, and add 6 single crochet into the center of the magic circle. Close your magic circle and slip stitch into the first stitch and chain 1. For row 2, you'll do a single crochet increase into each stitch. Slip stitch into your first stitch and chain 1. Row 3, your pattern will be single crochet increase, single crochet, and repeat this 5 more times, and once again slip stitch into your first stitch and chain 1. For row 4, your pattern will be single crochet, single crochet increase, followed by a single crochet, and repeat this 5 more times, and in total you will have 24 stitches. At the end of the row, slip stitch into the front loop only. For row 5, your pattern will be picot, which is chain 3, and then slip stitch into the third from your chain. Skip a stitch and slip stitch into the next front loop. Now repeat this 11 more times and you'll have 12 picots at the end of this row. Fasten off and leave a long tail of 50 centimeters. Before we assemble our flower head, it's best to block your flower now. Thread a tapestry needle onto the long tail of the flower back. Using the back loops of the flower back, carefully whip stitch the flower back to the flower head as shown, ensuring to remember that your flower back has 24 stitches, but your flower head only has 18. Before closing the gap, add a small amount of stuffing to give your crochet flower a realistic look. Now continue to close the gap. Once you've finished, gently weave the tail to the center of the flower back as shown. Now your flower head is done. To make your leaves, we're going to start with a magic circle. Now chain 1 and add 11 single crochet into the circle. Close your magic circle, chain 1 and turn. For row 2, we're going to add a single crochet and a half double crochet into the same stitch. In the next 4 stitches, add a double crochet increase. When you reach the 6th stitch, you're going to add a triple double crochet increase, which is 3 double crochets into the same stitch. Now continue with a double crochet increase in the next 4 stitches. In the final stitch, add a half double crochet and a single crochet. Now chain 1 and turn your work. In the first stitch, we're going to add a single crochet and a half double crochet. Now we will start our pattern, which will be double crochet followed by a picot stitch. Remember, chain 3, slip stitch into your 3rd from the hook, and your picot is complete. Now double crochet into the same stitch. Now repeat this pattern 9 more times. In the next stitch, we're going to add a triple crochet. Yarn over twice into your stitch, yarn over once more, and yarn over a 3rd time. Add your picot stitch, and once more triple crochet. Yarn over twice into your stitch, pick up and over once more, and one final time. Now we'll continue with our pattern of double crochet, picot, double crochet into each of the next 10 stitches. In your final stitch, add a half double crochet and single crochet. Now you're going to slip stitch down to the 1st row and fasten off. To assemble your flower, you're going to get a piece of florist wire and weave it in and out of the back of the flower head as shown. Now double your wire and fold. Place your leaf at your desired spacing, and using the long tail from the flower back, gradually enclose the tails from the leaves. As you add your leaves, add them in different directions to give a realistic look. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.